Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and this is the second part of my new Nerf War Loadout videos that I'm doing. This is my new War Primary for now, until I get the next one built. This is my Stryfle MKII with Magnus Master Key. Let's start at the back and move our way forward. We've got a Retaliator stock, of course, because I like the short stock for using with a vest. I also like that it very nicely fits this shotgun shell holder that holds mega rounds perfectly. So I've got 4 extra mega rounds there. It is, of course, a Stryfe. This particular Stryfe I picked up at a Goodwill quite a while ago, and it was missing the battery door. So I made one out of 16 gauge steel, which is the same stuff my armor's made out of. In fact, I think it's made out of the scrap from my armor. And that works beautifully. It has the rival pinpoint sight because I picked one up, and why not, and it fit on here nicely, so I thought I'd go ahead and throw that on there. It does have an extended mag release, and I'm going to be testing this transparent or translucent 12-round black magazine that I was given by a fan. Thank you so much for that. Gonna see how well that feeds. For internals, it's mostly artifact stuff, and all of it came from Tactical Foam. It's got the red artifact cage, it's got his new hammerhead flywheels, which seem to work beautifully. It's got the extended mag release, and it's got his pre-soldered artifact motor kit, which has the switch already soldered in, both of the motors are already all soldered in, and the battery connector point. It doesn't use an XT60 connector, it uses the smaller red ones, which are the same ones that I actually used in Ire. I think they can be got at most hobby shops. Because there's the lipos that he uses that will fit into a Stryfe battery tray without having to be modified. Use that connector instead of an XT60 connector. So all of his details will be in the description. I highly recommend his stuff. He's got the full auto kits. He's got all of the artifact kits. He's got 3D printed kits. Great stuff. I highly recommend it. I have the good fortune of he only lives about 10 miles from me, so I don't have to pay shipping. I can just go pick it up and hang out with him for an hour talking Nerf, which is fantastic. Moving further forward, it's of course got a Retaliator barrel, and it's got this underslung Magnus, which is still one of my favorite options for master keys, just because of the way it works. You prime it and you can load from underneath. You move it forward, you can fire it with your thumb. I like the look of it. I like that it matches the whole very angular and blocky look. I custom made the attachment points. It's just ABS that I cut, and so far they've held. I imagine they are eventually going to break, and I'll need to replace them with either some 3D printed stuff or make metal ones like I did for most of my guns. But so far they have held, and I'm quite happy with them. And then the final feature is, of course, it's got the clip to lock into either my heavy vest or my light vest. They both use the same clips. And since the stock is removable, I can move it onto any stock. I can move it to my Alpha Trooper. I can move it to my Recon when I get that finished. I could move it to whatever gun has a stock mount, and then I can just clip it into my vest. So that's the modularity there. Of course, it is all still designed to come apart, so if I want to go with just an SMG, I can do that. If I want to reduce it all the way down to a pistol, I can do that. Which, you know, that's how I roll. I like my modular stuff. And this is a great example of that. I do have plans to build a more powerful primary in the near future. This one is already chronoing in at 140 was the max that it got, which is very pleased. That's when I had 4 IMRs in it. I will probably actually run it with 3 IMRs because the war attracts a lot of younger kids, and I don't want to be shooting 140 FPS at small children at short range. So I will probably run it just on 3 and see how that works. Once the lipos get here, I ordered lipos, but they are currently on back order. When they get here, I will be, I won't actually have to rewire it. I'll just have to drill a hole so that the connector came out, because I used the connector that came with the kit. I had the other end of it and just soldered that into the battery tray, so I can just unplug it, put the hole through, and it'll be good to go. I might have to Dremel out the inside of the battery housing a little bit to fit the batteries, but not a whole lot, which is why I really like those batteries. So there you have it. That is my new Nerf War Primary that I will be running this weekend. I will also be running a variety of other primaries. I'll be running the Dodsetter, that black and red Alpha Trooper that I built. I will also be running a Stampede that I built for somebody. They asked me to run it in a war just to blood it for the first time, so we'll see how that works out. Not going to give you a firing demonstration on this because I want to save that for the war, because I don't want my opponents to know what it's capable of. So you will see this in action at the war. That's either going to be this weekend. It may get postponed to the following weekend, depending on weather. There may be a storm coming in. Wouldn't be the first time we've nerfed in the rain, but I won't be able to use this or the Stampede if it's pouring rain, because they're electronic and they will die. So there you have it. Look forward to that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, just want to call me a huge nerd, you go right ahead and do that in the comments below. And thank you for watching.